Yo guys, welcome back to another CZNTrades YouTube video. Today we're finally back after months and weeks of practicing and learning a new strategy. We are back with the content and yeah. So today we're going through how I made 10,000 USD in the last week of trading. I'm just displaying it and showing you guys how I made this money freely and so easily. So yeah, let's get right into it. So the strategy starts off with easy use of EMA line and previous highs and previous lows, and fair value gaps, and also trading new highs. As we're at new highs for gold, we've just hit around 3,980 to like 4,100. So as of right now, well no, the all-time high was 4.3. We're actually now at 4.1. And yeah, so at the time of these trades we were around 4 point that and around 3.95. So let's go through what we were looking at pre-market of this trading week. So on Tuesday, we were marking, the highs, the highs, the highs, and the highs, and the lows. So we're marking it how we have a flag here. So we're displaying that, the market's in a bearish trend. We're making new lower highs, lower lows after just coming from a high trend, from a bullish trend. This trend displays that, we're in a bearish market and that we're trading for the downside, and we're like looking for downside trades. We're not going to look for bullish market trades. Here we have breakthroughs of the EMA. So we use this EMA, the moving average exponential, to give us another confluence to the trades that we make, and just to help us with the our trading knowledge and our experience. So in the strategy we use the EMA line just to give me a basis of, if we have strong sell side liquidity or buy side liquidity, for example, this candlestick through the EMA, it's an indication that it's going to go up. So example, we've got here liquidity sweeps at the top indicating downtrends every time, and here is when we made our first trade. So the first trade, we have an A+ setup where we're trading through a fair value gap, which is expanded out to here, and we're trading through the EMA breakouts and support and resistance. So the first trade we've got here, we have a fair value gap, which indicates liquidity sweep here, which leads to the uptrend, and we have a breakthrough, a strong breakthrough of the EMA. So you see the candlestick here, it's a strong solid breakthrough of the EMA line, indicating that it could go up, but we could have a liquidity retest to the downside. So we wait for more price action, and as you can see here, we have a downtrend, right? And as it stays below the EMA, it then creates a support and resistance and has little breakthroughs through the EMA. So again, these breakthroughs with large liquidity wicks to the downside indicates that it could go up and that we could have a bullish trend. So we use support and resistance, and we wait for a break of structure, which is occurred in this yellow circle, which indicates that it's going to go up. So we use this downtrend as an entry time, and as we can see here, we have lots of liquidity wicks and lots of liquidity sweeps that indicate that we're about to go to an uptrend. Once we enter, so we've entered around here, we then have a strong liquidity candle that breaks through the EMA line, indicating that we're going to have a crazy uptrend, which we did. This first trade was around 1,000, maybe even around 850 USD, which is a great trade that we took. And yeah, put us in a good profit for the week. Let's go to the next trade. The next trade we took here was a little trade that I just tried testing the strategy on again, where I used the EMA tap. So as for EMA breakthroughs, we also use EMA taps to indicate whether it's going to continue what is happening or break through the EMA. So here we have another confluence showing that it's going to go back up and continually go up. So here we have an EMA tap, which helps us with our confluences that it's going to go up, which increases the probability of winning this trade. We go up, we break through support and resistance perfectly, and we have a perfect point of entry here. This liquidity, this wick here, then shows that we have a strong sell side to the downside, but we also have strong buyers. So we see that buyers are in the market, so we hold. We wait until we have perfect indication and perfect timing. And yeah, so after this was a riskier trade to make, which I would not recommend. This was around like a C setup, D setup. But then again, we still made profit on this trade. And yeah, this was a perfect trade. This was on the live capital account as well. And it was great. And now let's get into the next trade. The next two trades are here displayed. So here again, we have EMA breakthrough again, which has got a strong liquidity and strong candle to the upside. This trade again we put very little capital into this trade because we are testing the strategy here. The area of interest was around this whole sector, As you know, the market was moving kind of bullish at this point, and it just came from this bearish trend that we had back here. So as we're moving bullish now, we have now occurred into another support and resistance, which the market has made, and it's perfect entry for our strategy again. So what we have here is support and resistance, and we have it tapping the EMA, right? So it taps, hits a resistance, comes back down, hits a support, comes back up, hits a resistance. Here we have a breakthrough of the EMA once again, guys. Once again, it's the exact same thing again as before. We have a breakthrough of the EMA. So now we use this point of interest. We use this to indicate to us that we're gonna have another breakthrough in the market, and it's gonna go down. So look, we have this. It retests back, hits a resistance. We enter from this trade, as we know that it's going to go down again, and we have a liquidity retest here. We know it's going to go to the downside now. This again is a perfect A+ setup. This is the setup that you see, and you're like, I'm going to put the whole account on. So we have this is like around a 75 to 80% probability to win this trade. It's a 7x on the ratio, so it's a beautiful trade to take. We have a lot of liquidity wicks. We have a lot of liquidity sweeps here. Let me get rid of this quickly. We can see that there's lots of liquidity here, retesting and everything. And that's when we enter the trade, and as you can see, we enter from up here. Let's do the upside. Let's go to the short side. Short. We enter up here and we hold until down there. We enter. We have our take profit set down to that low, that new low, and we have our stop loss set at the previous high, just so we're not losing that much. We're risking a lot more than what we're losing. Sorry, we have the opportunity to win a lot more than to what we're losing. So we have around here 8 to 5 ratio, so we're not losing a lot. So it's beautiful. If the trade did go the other way, we would have only lost a couple hundred. But look, as you can see here, the trade went insanely well. This trade was around, I think, 3,000 to 4,000 maybe even 5,000 USD. This was a massive trade here because we entered at such a good entry point, and it slumped to the floor here. So again, just to explain it even more, we have strong buy side liquidity. Then we have SNR documented breakthrough of EMA. So this breakthrough again indicator is going to go down. If breakthrough or SNR, new highs can be made. So if it did break through to the upside, new highs could be made, but otherwise retest back to the support line. So as you can see here, retested, strong liquidity through the support line, goes under the EMA again, comes back down, retests, taps the new resistance line, and comes back down. And we just sell here. We take profit here. We could have made a bit more, but you can't be greedy. Take your profits. This trade literally only went for an hour and a half, or nearly went from, let's just say 12, went from here really to 2. So it was 2 hours to make 5,000 USD, which is bloody awesome. And yeah, let's get into the next trade. The next trade, we can see that we have again the same thing again, guys. It's the exact same thing. So we have support and resistance. This was news, so luckily we didn't trade after this. We just stopped this trade out. This was perfect entry again. We have a strong breakthrough through the EMA, continuing to the upside, indulging candlestick. So it's indulging another perfect confluence that it's going to go to the upside. We have a massive liquidity wick to the upside again, which is showing us, guys, this is showing perfect confluences that we're going to be going into an uptrend. So we possibly could have taken this trade, but we were just looking for more confluences to enter later on. So this is on Friday, the same week as those other trades. And here we have support and resistance. A lot of, support and resistance. It's very consolidating right now. Wasn't really moving the way we wanted to move. Then we had a breakthrough, which could have indicated that we were going to have a retest and continue up, but it didn't. So like we didn't enter here. Came back, tapped the EMA, came back, kept retesting, broke through the EMA again. Then came up, broke structure, which honestly, at this position, we should have entered for this trade here, but I think I wasn't ready to enter. I wasn't really looking to enter here. So realistically, this would have been the trade I would have made from this breakthrough of the EMA with strong liquidity for the breakthrough to the break of structure to the upside with the massive liquidity stick, candlestick. But yeah, we didn't enter here, we entered here. So I'm just showing you the back testing of it. So then it came down, retested, liquidity wick, came back up, tapped the new resistance, came back down, broke through support, then came back up, then came back down, then came back up, back to kind of the resistance line, and then also dropped again. So then this trade was around a C plus B plus setup, so it was like kind of in between B setup, and it was good back here to enter, but since I was late to the entry, it was kind of risky taking this trade. But again, we're here to take risks. So the stop loss was not that high; it was around there. Okay, so here we have buy side liquidity, SNR occurrence, and breakthrough of EMA. So we entered of like such breakthrough. So we see strong sell side liquidity to the downside, and this was entry. Once entered here, we broke through. So the take profit was originally here. It was originally set at the old previous low, but I kept moving it because it kept showing strong liquidity to the downside. So I ended up bringing it to around here, which again was perfect. It's such a good trade. This trade was around, I think, 1,500 USD. It was a great trade that we entered, and yeah, and the news hit after that, which was pretty dreadful. So lucky we didn't trade news that night. But yeah, this is Saturday morning, which is Friday morning in America still. So this was a perfect trade. Let's get to the next. The last perfect, this was a B plus setup. This trade, the last one we had here, was, another profitable trade. It was great. This made the week perfect. This is exactly a week from Tuesday last week. This trade, this was around, I can't remember how much this one was, but this one was to seal the deal around 10,000 to make it 10,000 in a week. This trade again, using the same strategy, guys. It's just an EMA tap. So we have the strong sell side liquidity, which is shown through this. Take the brush out. Through this downtrend, right? And then the EMA broken through with a solid sell candle. So this one right here, solid. See how like it's just got such strong liquidity to the downside. And then after that strong liquidity to the downside, we have a retest here coming back up to up here. And that retest is a perfect, entry. So the retest provided a point of interest and a point of entry. We had another retest here indicating, once it's hit, come down and come back up, it shows that it's going to continue. So it came back down, continued. We sold here because we didn't want to get too greedy. So yeah, that was another perfect trade to seal the deal of a 10,000 USD week. This is the first of many to come. So hopefully we continue this streak on, it's great trading and having good weeks. I'm currently trading now. I'll show you guys right now my live trading. Well, not live because I'm going to be posting it, so it's already going to happen. But we are trading gold again here. And we're just seeing breakthroughs, so we're just trying to see a support and resistance be made again. Let me move this. We're just trying to see a support and resistance be made here again. So we're waiting for this to touch this low. It's set alarm here. I had one here before, but it got touched. We're waiting for this to come and retest and go back up to up here. But we're just seeing what the market's doing, because here, as we can see here, we have strong sell side. So I just traded this before. So we made around 400 USD. I'll pop a screenshot up now. We made around 400 USD here, just off trading this from this to this, which was great. So that's already the trade for today done. But I want to get another position to the upside. So hopefully we see some more price action, and we hope to see, it has a strong buy liquidity stick. Just see how, we have strong sell side here. If we go back, we've got strong liquidity wicks that break through the EMA. Again, bangs. That's a very strong to the downside. Like, we're just trading the downside liquidity wicks and the upside liquidity wicks that break through very strong, like very strongly. But yeah, let me just show my full strategy in words. Let's pull it up now. Okay, so first, we're gonna have to check trend, whether it's bullish or bearish. So just what market are we in, really? Next, after you check, whether the market is moving bullish or bearish, you then want to check, you want to mark out the previous highs and lows. And also the breakthrough of EMAs. Then you want to look for support and resistance, fair value gaps, inverse fair value gaps, can't type, and order blocks. So what this is, we're implementing the old strategy that I used to use into this new strategy, because I used to use support and resistance, fair value gaps, and inverse fair value gaps, and order blocks, but I never implemented the use of EMA lines, and I never implemented the use of, the market that we're trading, like the trend that we are trading in. So the implementation of this just puts the probability at a higher level, higher return. And yeah, so that's that one. And then after that, we're going to trade the trend that the market is currently in. So don't go against what the market is doing. So for example, if we're in a bullish trend, trade bullish. So say for example we got, the 1 week time frame is bullish, day time frame is bullish, 4 hour time frame is bullish, and then 2 hour time frame is bullish, and the last one, I promise, 1 hour time frame is bearish, or like something like that, or then like say, and then everything else is bullish. If everything else is bullish and one thing is bearish, don't trade bearish. Don't trade the bearish market. There's no point in that. You're trading against the trend. You know, we're in a bullish market trend. You're trading bearish. It's just silly. And finally, you want to when you want to make an entry of the trade, you know, we want to look for EMA breakthroughs with strong liquidity, or EMA tap with, not tip, with liquidity. So, you know, this is literally the strategy into words. You know, it's so simple, guys. It's just market analysis, market data. You know, if you just read the data, you know, if you work like properly and you just sit down and you just analyze the markets and you just see, you know, we're trading at a lower time frame, so we're just trying to, where's the markets? We're trading at a lower time frame, so we're just trying to look for like every single piece of detail we can see. Look, SNR, break of structure, EMA tap, EMA breakthrough, boom to the downside, EMA tap, EMA breakthrough, boom to the downside. Like, it's so simple. It's just an easy following of trends. I'll upload the screenshots, hopefully if I don't forget, throughout the video, just show the proof of the trades. And yeah, guys, that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed another video. We'll be back with more content. And yeah, guys, peace out. Thank you.